Greetings to you and thanks for joining us. Today on Law and the People, we shall be discussing the topic tagged The Tort of Malicious Prosecution. My name is Edward Omaga and I am a legal practitioner. Malicious prosecution is a common law tort or civil wrong which involves Mr. A initiating criminal proceedings against Mr. B for any improper reason other than bringing Mr. B to justice. In a malicious prosecution suit, the plaintiff can claim compensation for actual damage to his reputation, person, property, or pecuniary interest. Now, let me give a simple example to drive home the meaning of malicious prosecution. Both Mr. A and Mr. B were contesting the 2023 governorship election on two different political platforms. In order to discredit Mr. B and make him lose the election, Mr. A submitted a frivolous petition against him at the Nigeria Police Command, alleging that Mr. B forged his birth certificate. Mr. A did not stop at submitting the said petition. He gave false evidence to the investigative police officers and instigated them to file a criminal case of forgery and falsification of documents against Mr. B at the Chief Magistrate Court. The criminal proceedings, which lasted for several months, were widely circulated on social media, and people started referring to Mr. B as a certificate forger, a political thief, a criminal, and so on and so forth. At the end of the trial, the Chief Magistrate Court discharged and acquitted Mr. B due to lack of probable evidence against him. Mr. B, however, lost the governorship election. He can sue and claim compensation for damage to his reputation, his person in the event that he was detained during the investigation, or pecuniary interest, including the campaign expenses he lost and the legal fees paid for defending the criminal proceedings. It is important to note that Nigerian law seeks to encourage citizens' participation in the volunteering of information and apprehension of suspected criminals. See for this section 24 sub E of the 1999 Constitution, which mandates citizens to render assistance to appropriate agencies in the maintenance of law and order. However, citizens are not permitted to unreasonably and unjustifiably instigate criminal proceedings against another person out of malice or just to settle personal scores, as was done by Mr. A in the example we gave earlier. For a plaintiff to succeed in an action for malicious prosecution, he or she must conjunctively prove the following ingredients. 1. That the defendant initiated the criminal proceedings against the plaintiff. This means that the defendant must be actively involved in setting the law in motion for the prosecution of the plaintiff. An action for malicious prosecution will not lie against a person who merely gave an information to the police about the commission of an offense, which led the police on their own initiative to arrest and charge another to court after due investigation. Read for this the words of Elechi JCA in the case of Adebowale against Robinson 2018 LPELR 44424 CA. Number 2, that the criminal proceedings ended in favor of the plaintiff. It should be shown that the plaintiff was not convicted at the conclusion of the trial. Where the prosecutor enters a nolle prosequi, that is, he discontinues before conclusion of the trial, the plaintiff is still entitled to recover damages for malicious prosecution. Number 3, that the defendant had no reasonable and probable cause for prosecution. A failure to fully investigate the facts surrounding a case may be sufficient to prove a lack of probable cause. Number 4, that the defendant acted with malice. The plaintiff must adduce evidence to show that the criminal prosecution was initiated for an improper purpose other than bringing him to justice. And finally, number 5, that the plaintiff suffered actual damage. Refer to the case of Ejikeme against Umosu 2002, 3 Nigeria Weekly Law Report Part 754, page 356. Alright, this is where we draw the curtain for today. In our next episode, we shall be considering defenses to the tort of malicious prosecution. Until then, kindly share this video with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell to stay connected. Bye for now, and remain blessed.